there. So we walk in. I'm hearing chain rattle. Ding. I'm like, hold on. The fuck? It's like middle time. What's good? It's your boy. I'm going and I'm back in this thing with another video, bruh. That run is gonna correlate to today's story time. So today, I'll tell you the story how we got chased by a big ass pit bull. So this story takes place sophomore year. This has to do with me and my nephew. And, well, he's my nephew, but like we the same age type shit. So it's really like my cousin type shit. So at this time, he was staying with us or whatever. And we used to go outside every day. Like, this is an everyday thing. Every day at like 6:30 or 7 o'clock, it's hot as hell in Texas. We would go outside and we'll hoop, play football, whatever. We used to have a whole bunch of kids. It'd probably be like 14 of us out there. And then sometimes people from our high school come over there and all that stuff. Cause a lot of us stay in Lancaster, DeSoto. So we just going out. On this particular day, it's hot as hell, like, and we went out early as hell, probably like 3 o'clock. This is early as fuck. Like, we don't do that shit. Like, that stand outside all day, that shit for the birds and when you a little kid. So we going outside. We head to my homeboy house. We used to go over there hoop like all day, probably till like 9 o'clock. Not all day, but like all night, pretty much. All evening tonight. We used to go over there hoop till like 9 o'clock. On this particular day, we for some reason be over there early as hell, and then we leave early as hell because it's hot as hell. We like, all right, we'll come back later. So after we get through hooping, we do the typical, like, we talk for a little bit and we just get walking. So I remember we was talking about some real shit. Me and my cousin, we was just talking about some real shit, just talking, walking or whatever. And I remember we got to probably were like halfway. We was a good distance from my house. Like, it was good enough where it's like, oh shit, that's that ass type shit. So I remember this dog big as hell. Like, you know how dogs be so big, they bow-legged and they strong as shit. You can see their muscles. He just walking and shit. Just looking around. And like, I remember we was walking and like we had already passed them, and I'm like, damn, what if he would attack us then and there? So we walk in. I'm hearing chain rattle. Ding. I'm like, hold on. The fuck? And like middle time, like, hold on. We stopped walking, and I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And then I turn around, big ass dog, just sitting here looking at us like this. Bow-legged pit bull. I'm like, oh shit, bro. So I said, Jay, go, bro. We get to running, right? I rerun. I'm so happy I ain't fuck up my mama van at the time, cause like, bro, I got on that mother, boom, got to the top, and I was just sitting up there like this. But this dude, I'm looking over, he is on top of the house. I don't know how my cousin got on top of the house that fast, but I'm watching him do it. I'm like, he did this shit before, bro. Cause like, I'm looking over, he like, shit, and his ass jump on top like the little AC unit. Then he get on top of the house. I'm looking at him like this. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, damn, I should did that shit. Cause like, realistically, if the dog wanted to really have me, I would have been fucked. And he was got to jump in and we got to fuck the dog up. Or might have been fucked up and he would have just been sitting up there crying for help. I'm on top of the car. I'm yelling. I'm like, I think my sister at home at the time, and I know my mama and dad home at the time. I remember seeing them. I'm like, help! I'm like, oh, the dog! Cause like, I tried to call them. I was like, and they was not answering. Nobody picked the phone up. I'm calling them. I'm like, please answer this phone. And of course they don't answer, bro. So I'm at this point, I'm like, oh, we fucked. Cause the dog, you know, when they really like, and when it's on, they gonna sit there. This one gets to the position, he's sitting down. Like, he just looking at us like this. He looking at me, and he know he's up there. So he already know. So I think something had happened, and the dog had like went back to where he was, but he could still see us type shit. So I remember, I'm looking at my nephew, my cousin, and like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, go, man. Cause I'm like, shit, it ain't gonna be me. I'm too far. Like, he on top of the house, but it's like, the position he in, he has less steps to take than I do. Like, he can just hop down, run to the front. Me, I have to like really beat him from an angle. So, and it's gonna be the worst angle, cause right here, it's like, oh shit. If he get me right there, it's over. Like, ain't no fighting back. It's gonna be a one-on-one with him and my cousin. So I'm like, okay, look. So I toss my keys. Like, them hoes like right in front of the door. I make sure they're not hitting the concrete. So we do have a chance, cause you know, dogs hearing is good. We do have a slight chance. I'm like, okay, maybe if I toss it in the grass, he won't hear it as well. So I toss it. The dog start looking. He like, I'm like, oh my god, bruh. At this point, the bitch even came out, my heart beating. You know how he be. I'm like, oh my god. So he get the key. My cousin, like, he get running to get the key. I'm like, oh yeah. So he get to it, and I'm like surprised. The dog is paying so much attention to me. I'm like, bro, how the fuck is he opening this door? I'm like, you don't hear this shit? So he opened the door, and then he was like, come on. I was like, I'm hesitant as fuck. Y'all know how I'm about dogs, bro. Like, I'm not fucking. I see what that hoe. If there's a car next to me, I'm hopping on top of that hoe. Or if it's unlocked, I'm getting in that bitch. I don't care who car it is. So I'm seeing him. He opened the door. I'm like, oh my god. And this is when the shit start getting real. Cause I'm like, okay, I gotta beat this nigga to the door. Something happened. The dog like turns around for a split second. I jump off the top of the van. I'm chopping. And then when I see dog, I'm like, I swear, I'm like this. I'm like, yeah. And then we got inside the house. Bro, we could have really been fucked up. And I get in the house. My mama up here just up here watching TV. And my dad, of course, sleep. I'm like, bruh. So nobody else has a phone in this motherfucker. Like, they are cool. Like, it would be different if they was doing something. When I was cooking or something. She just watched TV. I'm like, bruh. I'm telling her, I'm like, mama, you didn't see me call you. We getting, this damn dog is damn near finna eat us alive. And these damn pit bulls, you know they don't be playing. They strong as hell. So I'm like, and especially at that time, I'm probably, what, 5'5", a buck? No, hell no. I was small as shit freshman year. 5'1", 5'2". $120, like, move, it would been over for me. So I'm like, man, I remember, where was you at when we needed you and shit? But yeah, man, that's like that little quick story time for y'all. Man, we came a long way, bro. Hey, bro, we so close to 100. Let's hit that month today, man. Let's get it.